Yo, what's going on? Oh, shoot. I forgot to close my door. 1 second. Okay. All right. Welcome back, everyone. We're going to say hello to the chat. First and foremost, the most important part of the stream, the chat. Cool. Okay. First player tokens. What's up? Your mama house. What up? Real old bird. And over on the kick. Thanks for being over on kick as well. Yo, broski. So okay, I'll read the first ones here. This live will be all true, based, and facts. I'll try to make sure. Yes, sir. Uh, Perfect timing. I'm just finishing work for the day. I gotta ask you about Zach Giles. At the last relic, did you meet him? Let me see his picture because I've always been bad with names. But if he was the manager at one of the locations, then yes. Giles. Let me see here. Why can't find an image? Is that the dude that was in the video where Ammon McNabb wants a shotgun and then he's like hanging by the door? First player of tokens. Is that it? Don't F with justice. So I guess that means no show for you today. You get top, hang and chill with the rest of us. Oh yeah, I don't know what that means. Don't know what you're saying, Spirit Warrior. Uh oh, there you go. Already going to have to go live tomorrow, I think. Oh no, you could go live. Sub Chad Mine. Chad Marine. What the freak Chad Mine. And Cart Gal. Hey everyone, DFG. So we're gonna talk about a few things. Obviously, by the thumbnail, you guys know. We're going to talk about what happens when a store shuts down, why people shouldn't leave yet. Bricks and minifigs, at least the good people, and some misconceptions that are going on. And I'm going to point out some of these Lego YouTubers that aren't doing a damn thing that probably should. Some that are okay, like fine, but others that definitely should say something. Now, I did want to react to a video like by Total A Fall. It's a great. I heard it's a great video, but um, from what I was told, that like maybe I could clear some things up. So, first things first, we'll start off with that video and go into the topic at hand. All right. Because I think it's really important for you guys to understand what happens in any business when they have a physical location and it closes and it's a franchise. Because it could get pretty nasty. Okay. Even with bankruptcy. Oh, A4 video is a banger. Solid, solid. All right, then let's get it. Everybody's coming in. Tyrannosaurus Rick, my man. What up? Okay, that was him, but Zach Giles is named on a bunch of locations, even on Eugene's store when it was put in William at Forest Ops LLC. I bet you I have met him. I've probably met all of them. I bet he's possibly also one of the ones that cleared out my store when they closed it. Like Adam Brimhall was there. And it's Mr. Dushall's son that that's who would replace Ammon, by the way. Adam Brimhall would be the one that would replace Adam, possibly, from what I hear. And if he replaces Ammon as the CEO, nothing changes. And you guys got to remember, Dushall he's okay with everything that's going on. And I'm gonna explain to you because I've figured something out, and it has to do with the Lego company themselves. And I've gotten confirmation on a lot of things, but I can't cite all the sources. They've asked me to make sure that they're anonymous. But Lego Lego does have a contract with Bricks and Minifigs, and a lot of people have been speculating with this last August 1st. A lot of Bricks and Minifigs didn't didn't get their sets, and but there are reasons for that. Not every store. Some got their sets late. Some are already getting them. Some haven't got them in on August 1st, and I'll explain why that is. But it has nothing to do with like Lego hates Bricks and Minifigs. Lego has never given a damn about nobody. They don't have integrity or a moral compass. They care about the bottom line. So the first things first, like you guys also have to know that when Lego has launched, every time they have a launch, many Walmarts don't get their sets, many Targets don't get their sets. Target has had an overall priority because most of their sales come from Target. They even have the partnership program with them where like you get points if you scan your receipts, and Lego will give you your VIP points, which I think they changed in the past 2 years that it's no longer VIP. It's like Lego Founder, whatever it is. But yeah, like that's why when you so the first people that to get their sets are pretty much the retail stores of like Target, Walmart, and then you got Amazon and so on and so forth. Anybody else who has a contract, you get your like Walgreens, CVS's, all that. Did I see DFG? Did you see the new updates? I'm guessing that's Don't F with Justice. But yeah, so Lego does have a contract with them. Lego does like Matt and Ammon because they get money. But let's get into this video that a lot of people have been telling me that I should watch, and it's let me see. Total A fall. Did Lego just pull the plug on Bricks and Minifigs? Okay. Lego cannot continue to ignore this scandal. Lego doesn't care. Lego likes these people. Just to let you guys know. Lego does like them. They don't care. Cause like I've seen the copium of it all, and what I mean by that is like people, oh, they don't want to support Bricks and Minifig stores, but they still want to buy Lego. Not that Lego has done anything in relation to this, but they have a contract with them and they still give them sets. But again, they don't care. They do not care. And one of the reasons that Bricks and Minifigs has to continue the lawsuit and has taken it this far is because they have to show that they're tough enough, in a way, to that this stuff is going to happen, that they're going to get sued, because Lego gets sued pretty often. If you guys don't know this, Lego does get sued often. Like just 2-3 years ago, they had to put on all the boxes, especially the bigger sets, the attention warning, super big, because they get sued every year, usually by mothers. A kid chokes on a Lego piece. What if their dog dies from eating Lego? All that stuff. Like, you should see the lawsuits that are with the company, and they usually settle, but then they make like these big things that are like, nah, we're not doing that. But anyways, so let's get to this video, shall we? From my man, Total AFO. Every now and then he comes in the chat. Super solid guy. I like him. I like his content. But I did share audio. So let's get to it.
August 1st has come and gone, arguably the biggest Lego release drop of the year. And wouldn't you know it, Bricks and Minifigs Corporate, the one that supposedly has this amazing relationship with Lego, and as of April of this year had distributorship rights with them.
Distribution
they
rights.
used to be like everybody else and had Toy House, which in the Lego community in America, if you have a Lego store or a toy store, basically you can get your new Lego, from one of two places: either Lego directly, which is kind of hard to do. They're very selective, or at least they were before all this crap started happening, and a company called Toy House. So those
Now, here, I know a few other store owners that are not Bricks and Minifigs that get directly from Lego. It's all about the contract. They're not that selective. If you pay, like, again, the bigger you are, the more room you have to negotiate with them to get more profitability, right? But remember, Toy House sometimes was only 5 to 6% profit, and that's nothing. Again, Toy House, I hate Toy House. Hated them. Like, their owners are annoying. They live like not too far from me. They My store was the closest store to them, and I'd get constant calls in the beginning, like 3 4 calls in 1 week of like, hey, the owners at Toy House visited your store. They don't like that the sets are here. And I'm like, well, you could tell Toy House owners to suck it, because when I get delivery, all of it's damaged. There's a bunch of trash, you know. So again, the Lego company, they don't support the lawsuit, but they do support bricks and minifigs. Okay? And Toy House, trash. Trash.
Those are your options. So Bricks and Minifigs, all of them used to have Toy House distribution up until
Hmm.
allegedly April of this year. And I've talked about this before. And there's even right now a podcast that just came out last week. It's the off brand. It's not off brand. Sorry. It's on brand, slightly off topic podcast. And they were on there interviewing on the podcast Ammon and Matt McNeff. And Matt, they asked him directly about their relationship with Lego and stuff, and this is what they had to say.
Does the Lego company love or hate the two of you?
Got a fantastic relationship with the Lego company.
I just didn't know. I mean, you have the dynamic. There are Lego stores, right? You have Bricks and Minifigs. You're selling their products, right? But would they want people to buy more Legos from them? And you're breeding life into Legos and reselling them. So how's that dynamic?
So it's actually
really well. You go, man.
I'll take this one. So I actually think it's a very, very healthy. We actually are currently, starting in April, we will be distributing all new in-box Lego to our entire brand. So we have that direct distribution network or relationship with the Lego group beginning in April, which is fantastic. We've got a weekly meeting with them, with our rep.
So we all heard that. So obviously, I honestly don't think that Lego has a great relationship with the McNeffs or Bricks and Minifigs at this point. I think they probably hate them.
Yeah, not true. Lego likes them. Lego does like them. I get it. Like, again, the copium of not Lego AFO, but what a lot of people, they still want the Lego sets. Like, Lego has betrayed the fans constantly throughout the years. They have. But this is one of the bad things about the Lego community. They keep forgiving. Like, when there was the price hikes, I guess in the last 3 years, the comments were hilarious. People would be like, this is ridiculous. This is a ripoff. I'm still gonna buy the sets, but I'm not happy about it. And it's just like, all right, way to have some integrity, man. Like, you're an idiot. And yeah, like, they've always been trying to have a relationship with Lego. Like, I knew the factories in China that produces the Lego bags. And that was one of the things I was trying to get for Bricks and Minifigs. It was so our bags looked practically the same, or the same material, and then it just had the Bricks and Minifigs logo, and it was blue instead of yellow. And it's been a very simple bag to make. But again, because of like the profitability and everything, like and also like the connections, and then Bricks and Minifigs wanted to handle it themselves, the negotiations, anything that had to do with Lego. So then I completely stopped, because also my Chinese sucks now, but at the time, like, one of the good things about me talking to him was that used to speak Mandarin, and I still had a good basis of like communicating. So there was a lot of people that was already we were already a little friendly, right? We spoke mostly English because they knew my Mandarin sucked. But yeah, so yeah, Lego doesn't hate Bricks and Minifigs at all. Lego, this is new territory for Lego. Lego doesn't deal with franchise companies. So even with all this lawsuit, they still want to figure all this out. They'd rather be with Bricks and Minifigs because regardless of what we think, Bricks and Minifigs still is the biggest Lego franchise in the world. Not US, the world. They're not national. I guess they are with Canada. But yeah, they exactly, Bill Rights, backdoor Asian deals. And Cindy Lou Who, what's up? But yeah, this is this is pretty standard. And again, one of the reasons would be, so here's what happens. First, it's negotiation with the McNeffs. They probably negotiated with the wrong shipping company, whether it's UPS, FedEx, whatever. And then that causes confusion on the Lego side of things. But Lego also misdelivers a lot, where they don't deliver to every single Walmart or Target. That's why you see a week before, Walmart has gotten in massive trouble in the past for already setting up a week before launch the new sets, the new inbox sets. It's already on the sales floor. That now they have a gun barcode where it's not purchasable if they set it up early until the date. Not all of them have that, but a lot of them do. So in order for them to know, because there's some smaller Walmarts that don't have a big enough warehouse to store any toys in the back. All the toys have to be forward. And then there's a small shelving section. Or sometimes they have two sections in the at the Walmart that is toys here and toys all the way in the front. But yeah, it's this is pretty common for Lego, especially when they first get a new contract, to not deliver the date that they promised to deliver. That does happen. And especially August 1st, it's the end of summer sets. Then we're getting to the holiday sets. We're going to get another release around Novemberish area of big UCS sets and Star Wars sets. So this is the last real big one that's going to produce a lot of sales because of kids going back to school and everything.
Like all the rest of us, it's kind of crazy. But August 1st was approaching, and Bricks and Minifigs actually sent out memos corporate to all the franchises, or most of them, that was saying they are not going to be able to get their orders out on time.
That sucks.
So all the customers that are lining up or having release parties for August 1st, big release date, are not going to be getting their products. So they're going to have to go somewhere else. Walmart, Target, you name it. All the other, Lego stores that are, the official Lego stores and other mom and pop ones that are not associated with BAM, all got their products on time. But for some reason, Bricks and Minifigs corporate could not get these products out to their people, and they're just scrambling and things like that. They blamed it on, I saw part of it where they blamed it on Lego. Yes, Lego, because Lego, they got their product to everybody else, like all the Targets, all the Kohl's.
No, they didn't. They didn't get it to. There's been some other complaints. But it's more hush hush. But Kohl's rarely gets it on time. Yeah, the big ones that still do sales, they get theirs, but the smaller ones, no. And the only reason Kohl's is still alive is because of Amazon.
All the Amazon, all the Walmarts, but of course Lego's gonna not want to make money and drop the ball for Bricks and Minifigs. I don't think so. I don't buy that. Then they blamed it on FedEx, that they changed carriers. They used to be UPS, and now it's FedEx's fault. But again, FedEx got all the Lego to everybody else on time.
Well, we can't confirm. I don't know total A false sources, but yeah, Lego didn't get all theirs on time. There's nothing saying that we got everything on time. Lego never puts out those kind of statements because they know they screw up. They know they can't predict whether it's storms, whether it's what happens on the flights or on the shipping containers on the boats, whatever it is, they can't predict it. So they never put out statements that everything's going to get on time. They guarantee release dates, and that's all they guarantee, is that it will all be released on these dates. And sometimes their Lego stores don't even get theirs, especially the smaller ones, or they have only a very few that sell out in like the first few hours. That's happened a lot with the smaller Lego stores. But the Lego stores, they try to make sure that they always have it. Sometimes by having the sets already at the store a month beforehand in the back.
For the bricks and minifigs. And this is just
Space 44 Super.
Oh
Agents.
man. Oh man. Oh man. So yeah, like that happens a lot, guys. Like it's again, I get it. Lego fan, you want to shoot you want to believe that like Legos is doing the right thing, but they ain't. They're not doing the right thing. They never will. If they did the right thing, they wouldn't have like the LGBTQIA flags. They wouldn't have adult Lego sets. They wouldn't do Indiana Jones. They have all these statements of what they aren't about and what they will and won't do. Still don't do it. But let's continue on with the video.
how they're screwing over the franchises and they're just messing
Bricks and
everything up,
minifigs is
basically.
screwing
They
over
have
overall,
no
but
clue
yeah,
of
Lego
how to run a
Lego
business.
screws
And
up. Yeah.
let's put a couple of these on there. You know, a lot of the bricks and minifigs were posting and they had to post to the, you know, for their customers that are expecting these new sets to come in on August 1st. And unfortunately, they weren't there. Like this one right here is Bricks and Minifigs, Grand Rapids, Michigan. Unfortunately, our new August inventory hasn't even shipped yet. We hope to have the sets by Monday or Tuesday, but we don't have a delivery date yet.
Yeah, this really screws over like, you know, your local, your community. If you have a bricks and minifigs store or just any store, you put out a marketing statement. Like again, this is one of those things that you should read over your contract. Usually, you negotiate things like this where, hey, if you put out a statement or make us put out a statement and then you as corporate don't deliver, you have to compensate us in some way. You know what I mean? So yeah, like, and again, obviously, who cares about the people who support corporate? But it's the people who are still like part of bricks and minifigs that they have no way out, but they're good people. It sucks for them. You know what I mean?
Okay. Another one from right here in Idaho. It is Bricks and Minifigs, Coeur d'Alene. That's how you pronounce that, Coeur d'Alene. August 1st released update. Our August 1st releases are experiencing a shipping delay. So the newest sets haven't made it to the store just yet. We're just as eager as you are, and we'll share an update as soon as they arrive. Trust us, they will be worth the wait. The good news, our shelves are still packed with awesome sets, minifigures, retired favorites, certified finds, bulk Lego bricks, and plenty of hidden gems waiting to be discovered. Stop in and see what's new around the store. All these stores are going to have, they're trying to figure it out. They're like, we want them to come in the store. They're already getting banned and boycotted, but now they're not even getting new releases and they're having to put these really, you know, these posts out there like saying this. It's not good for them. The other one I have,
Yep.
it's Bricks and Minifigs Bradley. I'm not sure where that is, but it says get over here now. Our August 1st drops may not have arrived yet, but we just got some amazing, that's how they spelt it, sets in to add to our shelves. Some new in box, some retired, all of them fantastic. We're open till 7. So they
Only till 7? That's crazy. But this post, like, you know, decent advertising, you know, making sure that like might not be getting this in, but check it out. Because a Bricklink set, dude, Bricklink sets, that's what's
they're
up.
having to like pump up the store that doesn't even have the inventory. That is crazy. And what is adding an insult to injury, I was sent this. It was a Bricks and Minifigs North America post that they put out right right before August
Ammon's
1st,
wife.
knowing they put this post out knowing that a lot of the stores, most of them, are not going to be getting their sets on time or at all.
Wait, is that, you guys got the sound right? Yeah.
And it said right here, I'll put it up here, Bricks and Minifigs North America. August 1st is one of those dates Lego fans quietly circle on the calendar. Fresh sets are arriving, wish lists are getting longer, and collectors and builders alike are gearing up for a whole new wave of inspiration. Whether you're hoping to snag a brand new release, trade toward your next must-have, or simply soak in the excitement with fellow fans, your local Bricks and Minifigs is the perfect place to be. Stop by, see what's new, and join in the fun. Happy building. Okay, they put this post out pumping up the release of sets that they're not going to have. And what's worse is I hear that it's Ammon McNeff's wife who runs the Bricks and Minifigs North America socials and stuff. So
also fun fact, his wife sees nothing wrong with anything Bricks and Minifigs are doing. Anything that Ammon has stated, she sees nothing wrong with it. Like, again, any information that's given today on the video, don't harass anybody, don't go after anybody. Like, you can make your voice known on the internet if you'd like, but be courteous and kind, all that jazz, blah, blah, blah.
she put this out. And then right after this was put out, I don't know if it was minutes, but it was shortly after, all the stores, because they communicate through this program called Slack, were like, what the hell are you doing? We don't have anything. You're telling everybody to come to our stores and you're not sending us our product. So then they took this post down, but not before someone snagged it. So thank you for that. And thank you for sending that to me. It's just crazy. I don't know. I was a little upset at Lego for a while because I thought, why aren't you guys saying anything? What's going on? But Lego is not one to drop the ball as far as getting their products out to people.
I'm sorry, my man, Total A-Fall, they drop the ball a lot. Every shipment, they drop the ball. When you're this big, like, here's something for everybody to understand. Their biggest Lego store that makes the most money, they make around 50 million in that store a year. Just that one store. Their top Lego store. Your average Target sells more Lego than their top Lego store. Like, that's really important for you guys to understand. They also have a Lego online store, which is separate and connected to their Lego stores. They also own Bricklink. Their priorities are whoever gives them the most money. Obviously Target, and then Walmart, and then Amazon. Amazon, you'll see Amazon happens a lot where you'll buy a set from Amazon and it's delayed. It's like, it'll be there in 2 days. It's in this warehouse, and then you get it a week or two later. But yeah, that happens all the time. And got a super chat in. Chad Marine 1999. Say we use 250 stores. How much in purchase a year will Bricks give Lego? 5, 10 mil, 11, 15 mil, 16, 20 mil or more. Take 4 to 6 weeks to ship across the pond and through customs. That's why you order 90 days ahead. Exactly. You order 90 days ahead. It's just barely hit 90 days that they've gotten the contract, right? So that it's not there's no way for them to solidify that they had the sets. But Lego is shipping them out. And again, it's all about the hype. One bad thing here's something to understand about the contract. You have to buy whatever Lego gives, offers you. This isn't you get to pick. So stores now are going to have contracts. Maybe not all of them have them yet, but all of them will eventually have a contract that you have to buy from Lego, and all these sets that you buy from Lego have to be in your store, even if it doesn't sell in your store. Now, if you're smart, you know how to work around that. If you're a smart business owner, you know how to make deals with other business owners, other surrounding stores that maybe are selling, and get sets that don't sell at their store, but would sell at your store, and then do that kind of trade. But yes. Yeah.
Let's want to buy it. So I'm just speculating here, but if they did indeed have a contract, like you heard, Maddie McNeff say on that podcast I just showed you, and I've been saying it because I heard that, through the grapevine, and I've seen things for over a month now that they had it since April 26th of this year. Maybe Lego finally said, you know what? Screw you guys. You guys suck. Everybody knows it. You're not going to bring us down. You're not going to continue to tarnish our name or make profit off our product while screwing people over. Maybe they had enough and they pulled it. Maybe they
Yeah, Lego didn't do that. I could guarantee you they didn't do that. Now, Lego's customer service is out of this world. It's freaking phenomenal. But they believe like they've gone through bankruptcy so many times, but they still believe that they're so big they can't fail. And trust me, they don't care. Lego as a company, if they can make money, they'll just do it. Okay? Like if for instance, they don't want anything military like, but I guarantee you if they were to get like Halo and Halo offered them like an ungodly amount of money beyond Star Wars, beyond their friends line to do Halo, I guarantee you they're picking it up. Guarantee you. Dude, they picked up Queer Eye. That has no audience for a Lego enthusiast. It's just a bunch of gay dudes in a salon talking about dick. And you're a Lego fan, you're like, I need a Lego set of these guys. No, you don't. And they did it. Like, come on. They're like, hey, we don't talk about war and politics and like all this stuff. And then all the employees have to wear the rainbow flag. And then you also have to have like the rainbow releases in June. Like Lego don't care. Like they do and get themselves involved in politics all the freaking time. You know, Indiana Jones has literal Nazi minifigures that they didn't. When Lego first was created, they didn't want green bricks because they didn't want kids building tanks. That's why the castle sets were all yellow. And then kids still made yellow tanks because they like tanks because it's cool. It's awesome. Yeah, they don't give a damn. They're not. I'm not saying they're on anybody's side, but they want Bricks and Minifigs to get out of this so that they could keep getting money from Bricks and Minifigs. Like it again, you could put whatever in your head you want of like if I support Lego, I'm supporting Bricks and Minifigs, or no, they're a separate company. Whatever you decide to do, it's on you. But understand that Lego has contracts. They don't default on their contracts. Like because they don't want Bricks and Minifigs to sue them either. Because if they're like, no, screw you guys, I don't like what you guys are doing, they Bricks and Minifigs go after them if they have a solid contract. And again, they don't care. They want money. If you're able to pony up money, they're gonna cater to you, man. So they don't care. They don't even care if Bricks and Minifigs wins as long as they could keep pumping money to them. And that's that.
pulled that contract, and that's why they didn't get all of their product. Now, I did hear, and I've seen posts where like, we finally got it. So some of the stores are actually, as of today, receiving some of the products. But did it come from Lego?
It came from Lego.
Did they go out and buy it
Came
at
from
other
Lego.
stores or try to get discounts other places and then, you know, try to ship it out to all the stores, you know, late? I'm not sure. But if Lego pulled that contract, amazing. Because in my opinion, Bricks and Minifigs corporate does not deserve to have a contract from Lego. That sucks. Or, and this is me speculating again, and I've thought about this and I've alluded to it in another video. What if Bricks and Minifigs corporate, I know they said it in the podcast and they're putting it out there, but what if they never had the contract with Lego? What if they don't have a Lego contract? And
they did state relationship and they have weekly meetings. So, like, companies have done trial periods of how well it works out. So sometimes a company will take a loss to keep getting product so then they could solidify a contract. They'll keep buying the product. And then Lego's like, oh, you guys are doing well. Like, and you're buying a lot of our product. So here's the contract. Let's sign. Let's get together. Boom. We now have a contract between our companies. Great. Because that's a strategy. Like, look, I'll tell you guys what happened to a store, an actual Bricks and Minifigs store. A Bricks and Minifigs store opened up, right? And unfortunately, corporate allowed another owner to open up right next to him, and like pretty much like invade their territory. Those people had money. The one that first opened didn't. So what did those people do to corner all the best trades? and to like kill the supply of customers to the other location so they could get everybody, which worked in a way, but that store is still alive. They gave full price on trades. If a set was $100, they gave $100. If people bought bulk from like $1 per gallon, they offered $5 per gallon. Like they, regardless if it was dirty, whatever, because then they paid for the reputation of being a great store that doesn't jip people, and they are better than everybody else. That was the reputation they were going for. Even, and it doesn't matter if they change it in the future, because they eventually did, so that they could be profitable, right? They already had the reputation, and now they can shortchange people, but they still got the reputation, so they know. So people in their mind, when they go there, rarely do people not like the offer and then leave, or at least they'll complain afterwards. But yeah, they will they got the reputation, and it hurt the other store tremendously. So like that's what other companies will do as well. They'll take a loss for a certain period of time, 5 to 6 months, so that they can solidify a contract, because they know that that loss will all be made up with just like a month of having the contract with Lego. You know,
They told all the, the franchisees that they're getting this big contract with Lego. And what if it's just not true? Because I don't put it past them. They're liars.
it's
man.
true.
I
They
don't
are
put it
liars,
past
but
them to lie about this.
like, look, they are liars, 100%, 100%. But the thing is, like, when you are signing the contract today, 2026, and they're advertising that, they have to prove it as well. And I can't say that I know who the connection of Lego that Bricks and Minifigs has, but it's a pretty solid connection. Whether fortunate or unfortunate, for all of us, for honest people, it's unfortunate. So yeah.
Or anything else, that would be insane. But what if they never got a contract with Lego, or it was still in the works and now Lego's like, nah, and they don't have it, and they're just telling the franchisees that they have this amazing contract, which, by the way, I've talked to several franchisees that signed on because of that fact, that Bricks and Minifigs, it was Ammon and Matt were touting that it's in the works. We're getting this big, amazing contract with Lego. You're going to make more money. We're going to make more money. It's going to be amazing. And that was the reason a lot of them even forked over the money and signed up for the franchise in the first place. And from what I've seen, and talking to other franchisees and talking to people out there, that since this whole thing has changed from Toy House to Lego as of April, that it's been nothing but problems, and they're actually spending more money on their product than they did when they had a middleman. So make that make sense. It's either, if they do have a contract with Lego corporate, they are skimming so much that it's not allowing the franchisees to make any money. So
again, it's the thing I was explaining, and yeah, they're screwing over their own franchisees. Again, I've put out like a possible strategy that they're doing is that they have franchisees with money, and they're waiting for other people to fail so that those franchisees with money will buy those stores. I already know a few that want to do that.
it's crazy. This is just all crazy, but you're a Lego store that already everybody hates your name, and now you can't even get new products in. So it does not look good for these franchises. They need to like jump ship. They need to just collectively come together and say, screw you, Bricks and Minifigs corporate, we're going to do our own thing. That's the only way I see it, because now they're not even getting their new Lego sets on time. Everybody's going to, we were going to go. Well, no one's going anyway, in my opinion. There are a select number of people going that just don't care about this whole thing, don't care about their thievery, they're lying, they're colluding, trying to put people in jail by falsely accusing them of things. Horrible. But if you're one of the people that don't care about that and you're still going to go shop there, that's cool. Whatever, that's on you. That's your choice. It's not going to be me. I'm not doing that. I'm not giving any money to these a-holes at all, not even 1 cent. So, but the people there, they're not going to keep you in business. And then if you do not get the new sets that are coming in, they're going to go to the Lego store and line up. They're going to go to Walmart. They're going to go to Target. They get these actually before release date. And a lot of times you can get them in your hands before the release date. So that's where they're going to go, especially if you can't even be counted on to get something on the date it's supposed to be released. So that's just crazy.
Again, also, that is stupid. If you are a mom and pop shop, brick and mortar store, you never rely on the new stuff. Ever. Ever. You cater to collectors. You understand your market. You understand what your store is, and that it's the alternative of that you got better things than whatever's being released. Understand? And that people could still shop at the Lego store, but at your store, it should be the best of the best, where you got things that people will never see anymore in the Lego store, that Lego won't even take the risk of making that same thing again. Like, you're an idiot owner if you rely on the new stuff. You're stupid.
Know in the comments below what you guys think. Are you still staying strong? Are you not going into these bricks and minifigs? Do you think that they still have a contract with Lego and Lego pulled it because of all this stuff and just quietly pulled it and we're like, yeah, let's see what you do now? Or do you think that maybe they never had the contract in the first place and they're just lying? Because like I said, I don't put it past them to do that, but I'd really like to know what you guys think in the comments below. This thing just keeps getting crazier and crazier. There's a lot more happening and a lot more is going to come out soon. It's just, we're going to be covered in air. And, I'm just kind of sitting here with my popcorn and watching this, and people have been messaging and stuff. I really appreciate each and every one of you guys doing that. And also, if you guys could like and subscribe to the videos, I really appreciate that. It helps the channel grow and us to keep making these videos. So anyway, guys, it's been a nice talk. I will see you guys in the next one.
Man, total A-Fall killing it. It's a great video. I obviously disagree with a lot of stuff because I understand how it all works. I understand how negotiations work. Unfortunately, Lego is a company that don't give a damn. They don't care about you, man. They want money. Bottom line is what they want. That's how it works. That's just business. We want to think that these people that are involved with the nerd stuff we love, that they're just like us and they care. No, they care. They care about the green. Most businesses are like lawyers. They'll represent you as long as there's money. They don't care if you're wrong or not. They know how to make you win regardless, because if you pay them, they know what to do. You know what I mean? So yeah. But let's get to the chat. By the way, go like and subscribe to Total A-Fall. He's doing good work over there. And he has good content. It's not just good work on the bricks and minifigs side of things. I just like his content personally. But yeah, so go like and subscribe to him. And yeah, and like here as well. Like and subscribe, people. But yes, okay. And we will get into how bricks and minifigs, they can't really get out of it. But I'll point out again, when I have the full list, I'm gonna launch it. But I'll point out who the people are at Kalamazoo, Michigan that made fun of Brian. That did that wacky AI post. And F them. And I'll point out some YouTubers that should be talking that aren't. One in particular. Okay. I just watched that one a few minutes ago. Pretty interesting perspective on things. Thank you, Spirit Warrior. So let's see. See if any Toy House is more like a buy up. I read that one before. And I don't know how much they're giving Lego. Have no idea what their purchases, how much they are ordering all at one time, how much bulk they're getting. I hear from the grapevine, Breed Douche Hall has gotten his sets on time at the Idaho store. But who knows? Okay. Also, even Aaron says that Boise did get new sets apparently. Supply source unknown. It was most likely from Lego. And by the way, Douche Hall has more than one store. and it will be coming soon to you guys. I'm gonna expose as much as I can. I don't have any juicy news, but I'm gonna let you guys know. Because again, even with everything that still has come out and still going to come out, here's something before I keep going in the chat. Here's a strategy nobody, not even lawyers, are thinking about, because August 3rd, they're in mediation right now, which is pretty much like they're close to settlement, right? BBQ Counselor did a great video that when the second party asks for an extension, that means they're close to mediation. The other side of this, because people aren't thinking about the side of content creation, it's possible that recklessben, I'm not saying he's doing this, I'm saying it's possible that recklessben asked the lawyers to make an extension so that he can release his full documentary on all this, the part 4, 5, 6, whatever, ever many he has, so then they can go to mediation and not stop him, because then all the videos are out exposing anything that he's going to be exposing. He could even like walk in the courtroom, have them unlisted on YouTube, and then have just release them while they're talking. And then right there's like, okay, from this time forward, 9:26 a.m. of this date, you can no longer post videos about bricks and minifigs. And they're like, cool, because they already did it. That's possible. I'm not saying he will do that, but that's a possibility of why there's an extension and why they asked for an extension, right? So Kohler does that in our industry. They come into your showrooms and tell you what products you'll stock and discount structure that isn't a flat multiplier. Yes. So how much do you think they'll give Lego? You didn't even give an opinion. So how much do I think that Bricks and Minifigs will give Lego? I think it's safe to say that it would be around, again, like if they're going for like those small, like think about it this way: 4,000 or 5,000 per store. Like every store needs to order at least $5,000, or like $4,000 to $5,000 from Lego, right? They usually have the perimeter of around 1,000 to 5,000. So if they have $5,000 per store and there's 250 stores, you're looking at $1,250,000 that they're making per order from Lego. So it wouldn't be in the 10. I don't think they'll be ordering as many as the $10 million range. So they're probably getting money from the franchisees, accumulating that, and then ordering from Lego after the franchisees have already made their purchase and what sets they want in their store. Or Lego just says, we have it. Like, no, everybody's going to have these sets, and you have to have the minimum this, and maybe some people bought even more. And that's how corporate's doing things. That's also a possibility. Hoping that BAM fails to purchase at 10 cents on the dollar. Doubt it, because Lego doesn't want to do franchising. Yeah. And so with all the license agreements Lego has, they probably have 2 floors of corporate legal department in their building. Yes. They have like a massive headquarters. Lego has massive headquarters. Yeah, and they still have authorized Lego reseller. Like Lego won't ever stop anybody from selling their product. They won't. They'll stop people from how they market and how they advertise the product, but they will never stop you from selling their product. But yeah, so dirty deeds don't dirt cheap. Nice. If Lego doesn't want to make statement on the side of good like Patreon did before them, then I don't see why people shouldn't buy knockoffs, because knockoffs suck. Knockoffs are one of the worst. Like Lego knockoffs, even Mega Bloks sucks. Like every few weeks you have to clamp all the pieces back because they don't stay. It's yeah, well, knockoffs suck, man. It isn't our fight between Lego and the companies making the fakes Why should we be worried about good and bad and not our own pocketbooks? Lego's patent expired in 1978. Yeah, it did expire in 1978. But again, it's Lego. The Lego community is very different, man. Weird. We had a vendor we did 50 mil a year with corp wide. We kicked them to the curb because they had serious issues with product availability and crazy lead times. 2 years later, they were bought out by Bosch, Bosch, or okay, yeah, I know. I think I know what company that is. From the predatory BAM ops operations manual. Well, okay, somebody made a comment the other day where like it could be all legal ways of explaining something, but I still don't agree with it. I still think it's predatory and disgusting language, but legally it might sound good legally, and I don't know because I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer. Like I said before, if anybody tries to separate me from my kids, they're not breathing anymore. They don't have the privilege of living on this planet. I'm not saying I'll do anything. I'm just saying. But yeah. And if anybody has any info that they would like to share, please go to the BAM map, and I'm guessing whoever's in charge of the BAM map will vet the information, make sure it's legit. But yes, like BAM is scared of the BAM map. And I don't care about my name being tied to it, other than being blah blah blah. Bunghole, ask Mr. Bunghole, man. Part 4 was supposed to drop August 3rd, which is today, but they're currently, Sheldon did a live today. He said they're currently filming it. And so I would say but either by the end of the week or by the end of next week. Yes, that's a good point, Relic. Extensions are normal anyways, but Ben could use part 4 as leverage after it drops, enforcing BAM to the negotiations. I don't think so. I don't think you can use it as leverage. I think he'll just put it out. Like, I think they are kind of sick of this and they want everything to be done with. Sheldon's title today was something like last live stream before part 4. I wonder if this Korean hackers have been talking to him again. Maybe. But yeah. Yeah. Well, Reckless Ben has made a statement, Justice for Heroin Bird, that Brian was made whole. I don't know what that means. If that's like Bricks and Minifigs got them the money already, but he said that Brian has been made whole. Whatever that's supposed to mean. But like my theory is that the extension was made not only because they're close to settlement, both parties, but he probably wants the entire documentary out before settlement so that like because he cares about truth, he cares about the people. Ben does. And he doesn't want to be silenced, but he also probably knows that the one thing that the settlement will have is that they want him to stop making videos. Like that's just the smart thing on BAM's side of things. You have to stop making videos. That's it. And then we'll settle. That's probably their language. And so it's possible, like, it's like, oh, I want an extension. And then he's going to edit and start putting things out. I'm not saying he's doing that. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that's a possibility. Yeah, before an NDA. Exactly. But yeah, so anyways, to the topic at hand. Well, actually, before we even get to the topic at hand, I want to show you guys. I want to show you some of these bastards. I'm gonna point out this particular. I don't know if the contract is over. They have a contract with Bricks and Minifigs, this YouTube channel, and I think everybody knows what the hell I'm talking about. Okay, so Beyond the Brick, they're one of the biggest Lego YouTube channels, and I'm just gonna show you a little something. Their playlists. So right here, Bricks and Minifigs, full playlist. They have 90 videos touring. Okay. Their last video of a tour out of Bricks and Minifigs was, let's see, 5 months ago. Okay. Their channel's really boring in my opinion. But if we also go back to their actual channel, ever since the controversy, ever since Bricks and Minifigs has been exposed, they have done 0 videos about Bricks and Minifigs. Because remember, it's only been 2 months. It hasn't even been 3 months yet. So 4 months ago, 4 months ago, 3 months ago, so it'd be around this time. 2 months, 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 1 month. You know, I wonder what stores that is. 1 month, 1 month. Yeah. So they haven't done anything talking about it. I don't think they've made any posts about it. Like nothing. So this is one of the very few channels that I would say should say something. Should put out a statement, should be like, "Hey, like we just do the store tours with everything that's going on. If this is all true, I don't agree with it." Whatever it is that they want to say, I think they should say something, but they're a channel that they're not saying nothing and they are a big hitter. They're a big hitter in the Lego community. Even though their stuff is boring, they go to every convention, they film some really cool stuff, but they're not saying nothing. They're not going after nobody, making any statements, and I think it's an injustice. Again, Lego full of cowards. You know, the other one that's kind of been silent, which I think he shouldn't be, but at least he made some videos. But he's been silent for a good long time. I don't know if he has other channels. This is this gentleman right here, M&R Productions. It was confirmed, I believe, maybe I might be misspeaking here, that he did make a deal with Brandon and bought a bunch of Star Wars sets that matched the list. Now, I think he put out a statement that he didn't know, which is good, but the last thing he talked about Bricks and Minifigs was a month ago. You know, and he got to interview Ammon and Matt. He was on ACOB and stuff, and you know, I believe he did get a contract beforehand with Bricks and Minifigs. And he's been to a few openings. Maybe it wasn't a contract, maybe it's just owners paid him. But yeah, like he's even his lives hasn't been really talking about Bricks and Minifigs at all. And he's one of those channels that I believe he should. And it's my opinion. At least he did talk a little bit. He's not a coward like Beyond the Brick, but you know, like it's not about like you have a platform. It's like you interviewed these guys. You did more than most people did that are reporting on this. So it's like, man, like we want to like hearing what you have to say and your impact would make it big because he's also the biggest Star Wars Lego channel, along with interviewing Ammon and Matt McNeff, along with filming in Bricks and Minifig stores. He's filmed in my store before. Let me see if I could find it actually. The video he did at my store. Because I remember I didn't really like the video because it was a little disingenuous. But I was cool with it. Like had no hate for him for filming in the store. I did tell him like we're not gonna do anything in relation to what's it called? Any sequel sets because that stuff sucks. And we were still like building it up, but I remember the thumbnail. I remember he had a video, but I can't find it. I'll have to, maybe I'll react to it another day where I could actually have time to find it. Like all his stuff is Star Wars, so it's like, man, almost all of it's Star Wars. But yeah. Okay. See you, Tyrannosaurus Rick. Thanks for dropping in. And Mama D, you're late. How can you be late? You should never be late to the number one streamer in the world, which is me. You didn't know that? You guys didn't know that? I'm just not rich. It's just the only difference. I don't have tits on screen. That's probably why. Even if BAM stops putting out videos on BAM, I'm not so sure others will stop digging now. Too much nastiness uncovered. I believe that people still go after the police department stuff, but I believe people start digging. The internet's very fickle. All right. As soon as things are over, done. Next controversy. Because even with recklessben, he has things. You guys are gonna be in shock. If you guys think this was shocking, Bricks and Minifigs was shocking, this is nothing compared to like 6 other projects that he has in the pipeline that he's filmed, he's been editing, and he's going after these like cults and like really messed up stuff that I don't even know if you could post on YouTube. But it is important for the world to know. Like, people will move on. As soon as this is settled, people are gonna move on. Billy's saying show Bob's. But here's the thing, man. I have integrity. And I can't sell that. I'm selling integrity, brother. Yeah. Proton versus Google subpoena. But yeah, so okay. So I wanted to talk about, because man, people, it's great. People are so, hardcore on Bricks and Minifigs. I love it. And we've talked about like the innocent owners, people who are trying to speak out. Like, let me tell you what's kind of going on and what are the possibilities and how they cannot leave Bricks and Minifigs right now. It isn't just about like the benefits that Bricks and Minifigs currently has in terms of their contracts, right? Remember, they were a respected brand all the way until 2 months ago. None of you guys knew that this was happening. Nobody here in the chat, like everybody's lives here was different 2 months ago. Okay. Like, I'm pretty sure that's fair to say. And then recklessben, boom, dropped a bombshell that shocked YouTube. All right. So, Bricks and Minifigs may or may not have a contract or an upcoming contract. They have a good relationship with Lego. When you dig deep in Lego has a good relationship with a lot of disgusting people. All right. You guys need to understand that too. Okay. They're in bed with some people that you guys would never would associate a toy store to or a toy company to be associated with. Okay. So those 6% offers weren't new, brother. I do agree it has been magnified though with Ben coverage. Yeah, those weren't new, but like again, like the good stores, they were put to the side. Like people wouldn't report. Like for instance, you guys didn't hear about my trades. Like I get it. Like negative sells way more than positive, but not every Bricks and Minifigs was bullcrap. There was a lot that are bullcrap, but not everybody. And I had a lot of the YouTubers come by, and a lot of them wouldn't post it because it was positive. Because there was time where like people liked posting negative about Bricks and Minifigs. And when they posted positive, it didn't blow up because people remember, mad people are way more passionate than happy people. Like, how many of you have written a mad letter or mad comment versus a positive comment? That's just how the world works. So Okay, so stores, they can't just leave, right? They got contracts. So let's say they leave and break their contract. Let's just pick any store. A store decides like we're done with bricks and minifigs, they're ruining us. Okay, bricks and minifigs is gonna fine them. They have to see how much is left on their franchise agreement. They're gonna fine them, and they're going to see how much money that they would have owed them, use that to calculate to fine them, and then they have to make up the excuses of why they would terminate them, because they're not just going to allow them to sell it back to bricks and minifigs, as we've seen through proven experiences. What they're going to do is, okay, we're terminating your franchise agreement. You're not selling this back to us. Even if they file bankruptcy, what happens? You file bankruptcy, okay, you still have the lease, you still have product. Yes, you're able to liquidate, but then what kind of violation does that have for you to not only open up other companies in the future, other businesses in the future? Like every state is different. Your LLC, depending on how it's written, can cause damage where now you're bankrupt, you're too old to get a job, and you can't open a business in something that you're supposed to understand, which would be selling toys. Okay. When does the NCA expire? When does the NDA expire? When they start talking about this? Like as much as like, oh, they could start a GoFundMe. Not everybody has enough to donate. Like think about it this way: recklessben, they were able to achieve $600,000 around there, right? Great stuff. But that's like, think about it this way: there was over 1 million views. Not all those million views were able to donate like to the GoFundMe, and maybe everybody who did donate don't have any more money to donate to other people. Oh, I donate $1,000 here, but I don't have another 1,000 to donate here. So they can't even open that, and then their reputation is tarnished because then bricks and minifigs can talk behind their back, and that like there's so many things that can happen. Like you're not gonna get the same vendors back because they're gonna remember your name. Oh, when you don't like something, you're just gonna back out. Coach is in the chat. Thanks, Don. That is definitely a big part of several of our videos investigations. Everyone hit the like, please. That's a message from Coach. I just noticed that your picture, you put your cheeks to your ears. That's nice. That's nice. It looks like how I was as a kid. You should see my pictures of when I was a kid. I had bionic ears, dude. My ears and feet grew faster than everything else. All right. I still have a pair of shoes that I've had since I was age 11, because like full grown feet by the age of 11. I look like a clown. Yeah, so again, like if you just leave, you can't just open a YouTube channel and start talking about this stuff. The NDA, changing my to Cheekzilla, no lies. Heck yeah. Cheekzilla, the brother Cheekzilla, hell yeah. You can't just shut it down on like file bankruptcy, believe everything else is good to go, and you could start your life again. Again, like think like anybody that understands bankruptcy, anytime you file bankruptcy, you have a 7-year period where you can't do anything. Your credit is shot for 7 years. Your reputation is shot for 7 years. Like this is like having a record. Yeah, like you might have some money put away, like because you file Chapter 11, you liquidate the whole place, and then you leave it empty. But you still got the lease. You still have a bunch of stuff that you have to be very careful with the language you use on bankruptcy. Because bankruptcy, it's a way to get out, but it's also one of the reasons why it's also the main reason to use when your life is over financially. So yeah, like people put all their money in this, and even if they were to file bankruptcy, they wouldn't get the money that they put into it out. That like that's just a very simple way. Like yeah, and a lot of people have used bankruptcy to not pay taxes, to do a bunch of stuff because it's able to be utilized. Okay. Yeah, but that's Donald Trump, man. Yeah, you think everybody that owns a bricks and minifigs has the the know-how of Donald Trump, regardless of what you think about him or the accolades, because he went bankrupt, but he was still famous and popular, and people knew him as Trump. Like you could still maintain the visual like it's about connections. When you're dealing with millions and billions of dollars, you start to have friends that have millions and billions of dollars, that they understand what it's like to be kicked down, so they would be able to invest forward with you. But people who file bankruptcy on bricks and minifigs, they probably don't have all these connections that have more money than them. Understand? Like there's a it's very different. It's very different. And again, other things like the NCA and the NDA can still last a long time. That even if they filed bankruptcy, had the right connections, got investors, they wouldn't be able to open up something else. And then they have to worry about the POS system. They have to worry about all the information that's out there. How, even if they file bankruptcy, if they don't do it in the right way, if bricks and minifigs considered them destroying the brand, and they could prove that in court, they're screwed. In the worst case scenario, there's possible jail time you could face for doing certain things in that way. Okay, like, I'm not a lawyer. Lawyers can look into it. And again, not every lawyer thinks the same way, and they all look at the same law. Like we see at BJC Live, BBQ Counselor, everybody's a little different in how they look at the same document and their perspective on what could happen. All of it most likely true, but lawyers come out at different angles. You know? So it's not going to be cut and dry. You're a pretty decent business owner if your first business ever makes it past 2 years, a year to 2 years. Most business owners, they fail in 6 months to a year. It is one of the things that you don't want to happen, but it's safe when you have when you're a franchisee. Okay? Because that's not supposed to happen as a franchisee. The franchisor is supposed to understand the real estate, study the real estate of the territory you want, give you all the information of what is most optimal. They should have a business plan ready for you that's already drawn out. This is how you're going to do marketing. This is how you're going to do advertising. On your opening day, you should make $34,000, $30,000 on day one. On your grand opening, like, but if you have a store that looks like this in this type of neighborhood, you might want to start off with a soft opening and do a grand opening. So there should be multiple business plans because of the demographic, because retail is different. Like restaurants, it's just one business plan. That's it. But retail, brick and mortar, usually there's tiers of business plans that they should have intact, which they most likely don't. Okay, so that's the point of being with a franchise. And my first day off since the 5th. Well, Brandon F. Mitchell, thanks for being here. Like, I think a lot of people, I find it astonishing how so many people don't understand business and either get into business or is trying to say, like, these people should back out of bricks and minifigs. Not that simple. It's not that simple. And again, one good thing that bricks and minifigs owners are doing is communicating with each other. Like when the reason why there's like laws in place for a franchisor to be possibly kicked out of leadership is because the law understands that people aren't perfect. Like, let's say you start doing crack and you're supposed to be the CEO of a company, but it's privately owned. You own it, but there's franchisees involved. If it's a corporation, it's a totally different ball game. But if franchisees are involved and they see you get caught smoking crack, guess what? They can band together, take you down, put new leadership. Sometimes of corporate's choosing. Hopefully, in the best way possible, it would be from the franchisee's choosing. Yeah, private company doesn't mean anything. Like you could still have shares. You just break the company up into shares. A publicly traded company means you have a board of directors, you got people that own stock, and then like people that have a high share in stock, they have a say in meetings. There's meetings with with shareholders, with stock, um, um, with people who own high stock in that company. Private, you can have shares. Like if I had my store and I brought an investor, I break the store up into 100 shares, and then each share, like if it's gonna be, let's say I break it up into 10 shares and it's worth 200,000, that's $20,000 a share. So if he buys 21 share, he bought $20,000, but that means he owns 10% because that 10% equal $20,000. That makes sense. So like that's the way that like investors come in. People can buy it. People can have multiple. They can have a stake in the company. They can have a say in the company, and it also depends if they signed on as a silent investor or as a full fledged partner slash investor. Totally different scenarios, right? But regardless, like private isn't, if it's private and it's just corporate and there's only one guy running it all, then yeah, like that's on him for it to succeed and to be destroyed. But when it's a franchise company, franchisees can have a say if they see things really going bad, but they also have to prove it's going bad. They have to fight the McNeffs to get them the leadership change. And from what I know, other people that own shares, whether it's Dushaw or anybody else, they don't give a damn. If anything, they want Ammon and Matt to leave, but they want to put their family there and operate exactly how they've been operating. Like we've mentioned this before, the whole Kathleen Kennedy, Bob Iger situation. Right? So it could be like just because there's a change in leadership doesn't mean that the company has changed itself. Like right now, we're into the sensitive part where we don't know if the brand will survive. Because a week ago, the brand was like going on a week or two ago, decent trajectory where we're focusing on the antagonists, right? Which is like I love storytelling, so I put it in a paint of storytelling, of story writing. So the antagonist and protagonist. Protagonist is Ben, Crystal, Brian, and then the side characters like me. And then the antagonist was first the corporation, this kingdom, but then we found out that this kingdom had there were peasants as part of it that were innocent, that they were just the ones suffering. So they need a new king. And we saw that the king was corrupt. But we so far have yet to see somebody that can replace the king and make it a great kingdom where they can remove the court jester, where they can remove the prince, all that, the Josh, Brandon, and Matt, Dushaw, anybody in there. So we don't have that. There's no solution to that. There's no clear solution on who should be the next CEO. So this is one of those situations that when the king falls, it's chaos and they will just eat each other alive. They're just going to pick up the scraps, and the individual bricks and minifigs owners are just going to try to survive, but they probably won't. They'll start eating themselves alive. Unfortunately, that looks like the trajectory it's going to go. But I don't doubt that they're trying to make sure that that doesn't happen. Did that make sense to you guys? I hope that made sense to you guys because that's like the best way I can explain it. I'll try to be more articulate. But yeah, Lego could buy it, but they won't. Because Lego will buy things they understand. Like they allowed Bricklink to be alive forever. and they only make 3% profit on that. But so that they can understand the aftermarket. Now maybe that helped them, but yeah, I don't think they would buy bricks and minifigs. I think that would be a bad move as well. If you don't, it doesn't matter if a company is profitable. If you buy a company or become part of a company and you don't understand it at all, you'll ruin that company. So it'd be a bad investment. Okay. If Lego wanted to, yeah, they have the money to buy it, but I don't think they will. recklessben buys it and converts it to co-op after a mega payout. If he had the money, man, if he had the money with the contracts and everything, what it's estimated to be, the company's estimated to be worth 400 million, but they haven't even made like 8 million, whatever that's supposed to mean. So yeah, and again, the other part of this whole situation is we got to be careful so that BAM doesn't file bankruptcy, because then nobody gets paid. There's no justice served. Brian doesn't get the money. Crystal doesn't get the money. You know, anybody who has a lawsuit with them doesn't get the money. So you gotta try to figure out, like, how do we stop them? And that's up to the lawyers to figure out, like, hey, as soon as something happens where like we have a settlement, like, you cannot file bankruptcy due to this law stipulation and blah 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 blah. And I don't know if that actually works, but yeah. At BAM, I was Palpatine, and you were meant to be Vader, Relic. Why wouldn't you turn to the dark side? Because my heart was never in it. I was never in it. Not fully. Not fully. You couldn't corrupt me because you thought I was Vader, but I was actually Luke, an heir to the Empire. The Heir to the Empire trilogy, where I faked it. Because I am a Jedi, like my father before me. That's where these folks have real expertise, hiding assets. Exactly. So that's the other thing, is like, will they get assets back to the rightful places? You know what I mean? So again, it's so complicated. You can't just shut a place down. Corporate can, but remember what corporate did to me. Like, one of the big reasons I put out my story is so that other stores can arm themselves. Understand that these guys do not have your best interests at heart. You know, like my story is a warning. Okay? Like, they left me with the lease. They shut it down. They made like coerced me in believing this great deal that I came up with was going to happen. And then they shut down the store. Remember, like, I just recently found out that they told the other bricks and minifigs, not all of them, but some, I guess, that knew me, that all these lies about me. And they shut it down. They spread the sets out and whatever else furniture that was in the store to other locations, and then left me with the bill. Left me with the rest, 500 grand. They got me to zero, and then try to slap me with a $500,000 bill. And it would have worked. It would have worked if the landlord, like, I would have had to file bankruptcy if the landlord didn't do what he did. And that's not something you can expect. That's not something anybody can expect. Because, like, that was my saving grace. Also, I would give props to recklessben for putting me in one of his videos, because I was able to prove that when Matt McNeff gave me that phone call trying to screw me over, trying to threaten me, once again, the video was already out that I was in it. So then I was able to tell him, like, I already told my story. There's already a video out. So this phone call means nothing. You can't come after me because I don't give a damn. You already took everything from me. So if anything, like, bricks and minifigs owners should, even if they don't believe my story, should understand that I have a story and that they need to arm themselves and make sure that bricks and minifigs can't do that to them. Pretty simple stuff. So we could have fought again, recklessben Skywalker together, but you betrayed me. I never really betrayed you, did I? You betrayed me. Evil cannot betray the good. They can only corrupt and be devious that you cannot betray. DFJ, I'm sure of it. They have been glued to ask the content creators. It's got to be awkward grabbing a coffee in the morning at their local cafe. But here is the thing again. Look, the Lego content creators, I have heard already that some of them they believe Ben, but they want Bricks and Minifix to win because they want a contract with Bricks and Minifix because then they'll make a ton of money. So that they could do videos with them, they could do tours, they can fix their PR, all this stuff. Like the Lego community is trash when it comes to money. When it comes to YouTube, there's a lot of good people out there, a lot of good Lego YouTubers. But like I showed you, like M&R Productions, like he's doing his own thing. He at least did some videos. I think he should be speaking out more, giving his opinion more on the situation specifically with all his background. But for sure, Beyond the Brick is the number one YouTuber that should be talking about this. If any YouTuber in the Lego community should speak about Bricks and Minifigs, you have 90 videos on your channel of Bricks and Minifigs, and not one about what's been going on. I question what you want. Who evaluated at 400 mil? I have a hard time believing it. I don't believe it's worth that at all, or anything than 25 mil at the most. Doesn't own any assets aside from the name and royalties. Well, one of the things in the franchise agreement, it says that they're able to own other businesses that are like it. Like I showed you guys my franchise agreement, right? They're able to own other Lego stores that are third party or operate exactly and maybe even use the same vendors. And we can't say anything about it. So one of my theories in the past was even if Bricks and Minifigs goes under, they'll just change the name, rebrand, and nobody's the wiser. So they probably have like other assets that they don't have to disclose because again, we haven't gone to Discovery, Mad Marine. We don't know everything they got. This is all from journalism, from investigations, from YouTube and lawyers that are digging in. But it's with the tools that they currently have. It's not with everything. So we don't know. We really don't know what they have, how much money they've moved around, who's all involved with all this. And that's why they don't want to go to Discovery, because then we get to see everything. We get to follow every single trail. But yeah, I don't believe it's 400 million, but like that's the number that was thrown around quite a bit in the beginning. I think they're maybe worth around 15, 20 million. Like if you got, let's say 250 stores and the average is around 400, like $400,000 a year. That's around 100 million that's coming in, and you only get 6% from them. So you're making like 6 million? And that's not on what you're spending, and then like maybe the vendors will add on to it. So yeah, like I think 15 to 20 million is a safe bet on this company being valued at that. If they were to sell it or something like that, I think 15 million wouldn't be outside the scope of reality. And if it's actually 300, then they could boost it up. The Goodwill might have been worth something before, but a company with no assets. Well, remember, Goodwill is also the email list, the people that are shopping there, the customers. So there's a value to that. Legal commitments, new store commitments, and they haven't even expanded internationally. And there is some clout behind being the biggest Lego franchise company in the world. So they could inflate the price like that. Like think about like Warner Brothers, the Warner Brothers and Paramount merger. They announced all these projects that don't exist that they're gonna do, and they were able to stack on around 15 to 20 billion dollars for the sale. Just from nowhere, from the ether. Like companies do that all the time. Announce things, have things promised, and then if that comes true, that means it'll be valued at this. So then there could be a bidding war, all that stuff. I'm not saying they're going to sell, but companies do that quite a bit. You remember of royalty, 9 mil to 300 stores, average 500,000 sales, both optimistic numbers. No chance it's worth 400 million. Yeah, I agree. It's just that's what was being thrown around. Just check to see what it's worth on the FDD numbers and could be worth 35 million at most. Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Like I said, even 35 million is way too high. And don't forget the main players have decades of experience and expertise at hiding assets and minimizing tax liability. Yeah, and that's what we're talking about. But like bricks and minifigs themselves, that can't be worth 300 million. Now, we don't know how much the McNeffs are worth and everybody involved, you know, like Mr. Dushall and everything. We don't know what they're worth. But yeah. I just wanted to remind you guys that it isn't so easy for all these people to back out. There's been a few stores that closed, but we don't know if it's because of this. Like some stores might have taken the opportunity to close down because of the scandal, but most likely it was bad business practices. We have seen it. Like if you follow the formula bricks and minifigs, I didn't. That's why I was successful. If you follow it, you're going to be burned. Like they don't know what they're doing. They don't know how to do this stuff. You know? Well, somebody don't like me. Yeah, if somebody in the chat doesn't like me, it's all good, man. Thanks for being here. Yeah, a lot of people don't like me. It's fine. It don't matter. I just hope they live a good life and don't attack nobody. Not everybody can be liked, you know, like I know I'm damn near perfect, but I get it. I get it. Yeah. So just wanted to chill out a bit, talk about dicks and mini dicks. Yeah, but again, mod wrench me and I'll put them on time. Who said some? Who needs to be put on timeout? Who don't? I haven't seen anything in the chat of somebody hating on me. Was it Mr. Emptyhead? The goodwill might have been worth something. Give credit like biz, blah blah blah. No, like everybody's been good. Are you guys seeing something I'm not seeing? Okay, revenue is not an asset. The royalties are. Exactly. Royalties are an asset. Revenue is just revenue. And also again, P&L statements are important. Bookkeepers are important. Let's see where the numbers have been moved. We haven't seen a P&L statement. As a tainted brand, who would start a new franchise? What that will be their eventual undoing? Not necessarily. Dude, we all like you, chill. Not necessarily. Even if a brand is tarnished, you know, we've seen it before. GameStop, they are still alive. Still alive. You know, 7-Eleven, still around. Jaguar, still around. You know, there's bad companies out there. Target, still around. That have done stuff to people in the past. Walmart, still around. Like, look up their past. Like, their reputation, their name. Dude, Kmart almost won over Walmart. Like, that's a reality. But, like, right now, you know, Walgreens is being destroyed. They're shutting down. If you guys don't know this, you're going to start seeing a lot of Walgreens start closing. Like when you follow business and how competition works and everything and what CVS has done against Walgreens, and CVS, I would say, is worse than Walgreens, but they know how to market. They will open up across the street from Walgreens and just be brighter and better, but also just copying the same thing. And they are running running Walgreens to the ground. Like that, Walgreens can't keep up. They're gonna close 1,800 stores. And Billy's son, my man, with a $4.99 respect, you might be the first person in all this to say that some owners just plain failed and wasn't the puppet master with mixed mustache. Yeah, like we want to. I point this out. We want to villainize these people, but like I always say this. I don't know when these people chose the dark side. All right, for Star Wars reference for you people. I don't know when they went rotten, when they went bad. All I know is that everybody is born as a baby, and as a baby, you are innocent. And along the way, somewhere between baby and whatever age of the McNeffs are, you turn into a piece of garbage. Like, I think that's a pretty fair statement to make. Like, I don't know if they were the crap people they are today when I met them. I don't know that. It felt like they were good people at the time. I played video games with them, all that stuff, like talked to them on the phone, enjoyed our conversations. Like, those memories are still there. I had enjoyment. It's not corrupted. So, but like, I don't know when they made the switch. I don't know if they bamboozled me the whole time. That's for the Punk King. Bamboozled. I don't know when they started doing all this stuff. I tell it like it is. I don't be like, oh yeah, they're the worst company ever. They've always been this way. Nobody should have ever supported even from the beginning. No, I'm not retarded. Like, sometimes, like, the previous owners of Bricks and Minifigs were probably solid dudes that did everything right, and then sold it to these guys. And they probably in the beginning, even if they had bad intentions, they were doing things that are pretty right. They got people to grow from like 20 stores to almost 300 stores in less than 5 years. Like, that's not nothing. They convinced them, and then they're screwing everybody over because they're retarded. But yeah. Mad Marine, if you're an owner and your franchise agreement is expiring end of this year, are you planning your escape or renewing? That's a good question. I'm going to keep this up because the Messer story was this. Okay. If anybody in the chat, if you don't know what happened to the Messer, so in my termination letter, it was entitled Dear Mr. and Mrs. Messer. But when you go back and look who the Messers are, they had 2 stores in California. Their franchise agreement was up. And so they were a month-to-month royalty payment with Bricks and Minifigs. Bricks and Minifigs wanted them to renew their contract. They wanted to move away and open their own stores. I don't know the exact timeline with everything, but they were able to sue the Bricks and Minifigs because they knew the termination letter was coming. So even if your agreement expires, they're probably going to terminate your franchise agreement where they're just going to take your store. That's probably what they will do. Because I believe that, like, you're supposed to notify them 6 months before its expiration. I have to look back at my franchise agreement, but I think it's between 6 to 3 months to see if to notify a corporate if you're going to renew or not. That's the timeline. So they will know if you're going to be renewing or not. And maybe they start cooking already where they have the termination letter there. They have the cops there. They have corporate. People from corporate flew down and do exactly what they did to Crystal. Just walk in, be like, you're out. Here's the letter. The cops are here. Everything is turned over to us. Goodbye. Because remember, even if that is illegal, it has to be proven in the court of law. And people don't have money to go to court. People don't have it. Everybody thinks like it's just so easy to sue. It ain't that easy. Okay. But they are retailers with cash flow that's not based on goodwill. Both. Imagine franchisees are hurting, so why would you start one? Well, because it's the belief system of this will all blow over. That's probably what they're thinking. Yeah, that's not a fair description. I still act like trash and a baby. Exactly. Exactly. I'd rather leave space in a Walmart or grocery store than it is to run your own brick and mortar. That's what Walgreens is finding out. I think they found out too late. Here's one thing I was trying to do. When we were moving locations, I knew I had a friend that he had a 40,000 square foot store that sold like Gundam, Warhammer, all this stuff. And I was trying to see if I can get like 4,000 square feet inside his 40,000 square foot store, and I'd pay him rent for the 4,000 square feet. So my store would be inside another store. But we couldn't get the right paperwork filled out and everything, and so we ended up not doing it. Because then I would put things in the storage unit, and it would have been beneficial to both our locations. Because then, like, my marketing would help his, and his marketing would help mine. Yeah. But yeah, I have a 40K to throw at it. I'll invest and consult. Someone else can run the day to day. If anyone has $40,000 laying around and wants to start a store, start your own. It's more than enough in most area codes. It depends. It depends. Like, I don't think you could truly be successful if your store, when I say successful, I mean turn it into $1 million store, because you're not investing 40,000 to get 50,000. You know what I mean? And only 5,000 is profit. Yeah, like for instance, I want to open the restaurant with my father. Right, he was 21 years. That's the new franchise I'm actually going to go with. Um, but we need like $6 million. But that 6 million is to get 15 million, anywhere from 9 to 15 million. It's not for 6 million to get 6 million, 6.5 million. You know, you want to make your money back and then some. But like I know a lot about retail and Lego. Like 40,000, it won't cut it, man. You need like 40,000 just to throw at your inventory if you want to like have a good base. Because also it depends. Like, man, unfortunately here in Florida, rent in most places went up to like close to $45 a square foot in like a okay plaza, not even a decent place, and that's expensive. If that's 4,000 square feet, you're at least looking at like 15,000 a month. It ain't good. It ain't good. But yeah, get your porta potty and minimum appliance protection. My investment now before that happens. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Yeah. Like it would be great. Like for instance, right now I'm in this weird. I don't ever want to have an investor, but it looks like that's the only way we're gonna get one, to be able to open a restaurant, because we need around 6 million, and I don't have any ideas to make 6 million in the next like 2 years. That is like pure profit. So, but I know me and my father can run this restaurant to perfection, because we've already have done it. We already have the proof. And yeah, I just wish we didn't need like a third person being it, using their money. Which, in all honesty, if things went well with Bricks and Minifigs and I sold the store, I would have enough to start. You guys have no idea the things I was cooking, the trajectory we were going. It was gonna be a beautiful thing. But then I was left with nothing. People for years and years will be finding out about this stuff. Anyone doing due diligence is going to know about BAM business practice. So I ask again, why do you think people would do it? Well, again, this is one business. Other businesses will be exposed. Like, do you know how many businesses hide the fact that the owner filed bankruptcy? Do you know how many businesses out there that are name brands today that probably did way worse stuff than Bricks and Minifigs is doing right now? Because people forget, man. Like, remember, this has only been going on for 2 months in our minds. As soon as nobody's reporting on this, there's a new dragon to slay. People will do their due diligence, great. But eventually it'll become a thing of the past. Like, yeah, they were like this back then with this leader. So there, but right now, today in 2038, things are going good with this company and we're going. Any old people that own a restaurant, I might be able to help you out. Oh man, almond make douchebag. PTSD. Well, I don't really have PTSD, brother. I don't have PTSD. Like, I moved on. I did. That's why, like, I've been offered money. I have been offered money to go after these people, but I feel like I've been able to, like, I don't I need money. I do. Don't get me wrong. I do need money. But I feel like me talking with this YouTube channel for the time being, and obviously I want to go back to what this YouTube channel was for. It was just, shooting the crap with people I like and talking about movies and games and whatever else, and fitness and just life, which, like, I'm trying to implement that in between the bricks and minifig stuff. Like, I feel that I've been able to help way more by not going after them and talking, because I've been told by a lot of people, um, that me talking and being outspoken has helped solidify a lot of stuff for other people's court cases. And so I am happy to be the one that's not going to get money, but help others get money. That's what I think is a beautiful thing and what I can do. Yeah, so, like, I never shy away from work. Hopefully, like, I could get the pest control job that I've applied to again. And man, but the job market sucks right now. Like, this is, and something, like, I'm so grateful for YouTube, but something that sucks, all the super chats that I've gotten in the past, like, month and a half, I will only receive in my bank account by the end of this month. So the money for the AC unit still isn't dropping in the bank account. Like, I sold my entire Lego collection just like a week ago, so I can, pay some bills. Like, I'm currently cleaning the house, see what other collector stuff I can sell. I sold my Nintendo 64 so I could buy my kids some Christmas presents, which was awesome. You should have seen their face. Got my son an Iron Man, and I forgot what prince. Oh, I think I got my daughter. So I got my other son a soccer ball, and I think I got my daughter a Princess Tiana. Yeah, I think she has almost the whole collection of the Disney princesses. We're almost there, getting her as a collector. But yeah, so, like, do this PC, like, this was a blessing. I didn't buy it. A good friend, you know, donated it to me and gave it to me as a gift, and he's out there. He's probably listening, and I couldn't be more grateful, honestly. And I hope to pay everybody back someday. But yeah, so, like, me talking here and doing interviews, obviously, like, Bricks and Minifigs called me and threatened me, so they were scared of my story, because I think my story has more validity than any other story because of the connection I had with everybody. Because I've always been an honest person, but I've always loved to connect with people. So, like, it, faith wise, is something I did pray about, but it's also like I felt like this was the best thing I can do. It wasn't to, like, I'll definitely jump on somebody's lawsuit, if I can, you know, but I'm gonna keep talking. I'm gonna expose where I can expose. I'm gonna point out the inconsistencies. I'm gonna point out what is consistent. And like I was grateful to have this voice. So yeah. With that new PC, you need to learn how to edit videos and do a lot of recorded content with effects and other things to support. It helps get the story out as opposed to live all the time. Well, that's the only thing I could do right now is live. Like, again, I'm somebody with no skills when it comes to editing, okay, and then recording. And even though it ain't much, like, this is the only way I'm earning income. and I'm not making anything. Like I lost my job like 2 weeks ago, man. Like I all my time is during the day is dedicated so I could find a job. And then, at the end of the night, like today I'm lucky I got to like 8:30 was early. I've been streaming. You guys seen me stream? I've been streaming my time. Like this is right now it's 10:30 p.m. my time. I've been streaming all the way to like 3 a.m. And then I wake up at 6 a.m. to go out and do the things I need to do, take care of the kids. And then when they're all ready, then I can go out, find a job. Dude, for the past month, I've only slept 3 hours a day. Like I'm doing what I can do. I'm not doing like the most optimal thing. I get that. I want to make videos. I want to, be somebody that could help way more than I'm helping right now. But this is all I can do. This is it, Spirit Warrior. Like I'm good at, and I like live streams. I'm good at live streams. I'm good at like, talking and putting it out there. By the way, thank you. We hit 70 people in the chat today. It's been awesome. Don't forget to leave a like. If you're new here, subscribe. More stuff will be coming. But yeah, like this is what I can do. Obviously, I want to utilize the PC way more than what I've been utilizing. But I got a family to feed. I got 3 kids and a wife. I got hit like I just got monetized. I'm not making dude. I made 1,000 at the most, which is really nice. It's not 1,000 is a lot of money, but like it's 5 of us in a house, and I have a mortgage and everything, And late streams are good. They're good, Yeah, it is a full time. Get the point of recording, editing. Let us know. I can't, and you understand how to do that. Yeah, I liked the video before I knew of if I would like it. What? Before I knew of if I. Cindy Lou, who I didn't understand the last little part. Probably typed too fast. But thank you for liking the video before. Like I have ideas and there's things I want to do to help, but yeah, I'm a serial killer. Serial killer with milk, right? That's the type of cereal, right? Seems like you need a release of streaming. Maybe it's your medicine. My medicine. Oh, thank you. Thanks, Cindy. Yeah, but anyway, so holy crap. Yo, what are you doing to me? Field of Dreams right here. Build it and they will come with a 99.90. You are the best. Thank you so much. Don't lease, own the land and the structure. Restaurants are terrifying. You should partner with Lus. He wants to open an all-inclusive store. Maybe you two and others can start a newer and better franchise or just do your own thing. Lus will have to show me his business plan. I'm always open to opportunities, but I don't know. And thank you. Yeah, that's what our potential investors want is to own the land, but it's also to like keep them safe. And I'm just gonna highlight this because you got like, man, one of the best hobbits ever known. She likes the videos early before she knows if it is good or will be good. I got that. Thank you. Man, that is thank you so much. The MVP for tonight, Mercurial Ire. Thank you so much. I don't know what to say. Thank you. $9.99. That's thank you. Yeah. So what we're talking about. Like one thing, what would be great for like again. Well, I'll let you guys know again of what I'm doing. I'm compiling a list of everybody who supports Bricks and Minifigs, like Ammon, what he's doing. Because it's more than like a handful of stores. It's a good amount. And then I'm compiling a list of everyone that's corporate. So at least people can know if they want to support corporate or not. That's how I have to word it. Obviously, I know that you guys don't want to support it. But yeah, Lust wants to do a Pokemon and Lego store together. He wants someone to do the Lego side. Could be a good match. You would have to move to Texas. I ain't moving. I could train people. Like, I'm really good at training. I could train people, and that can be it. But yeah, and I could teach them every single aspect of Lego trades. But yeah, I ain't moving to Texas, and I can't really move. Like, one thing I was smart about it where I didn't lose my house, but I did take money out of my house. So like, if I were to sell my house, I'm not really getting anything right now. I'll have to wait like another 2 to 3 years to sell my spot if I'm with the current trajectory I'm on, right? I want a 50-50 partner. He was going to bring Pokemon cards and he wanted someone to bring Lego. I think it was 100,000 investment each. Yeah, again, I don't have money. I don't have money for 100,000. I don't have money for a $10 investment, bro. Yeah, like I could console, I could be an employee and train the staff and all that. I know how to do that. I even, man, like, I've been a collector. I haven't collected Pokemon cards since I was a kid, but I collect Yu-Gi-Oh, and there's no money in that. And I've been able to make money in Yu-Gi-Oh, so I know my stuff. Because if you can make money in Yu-Gi-Oh, you could rule the world. Because that's not a collector's item. I don't think you'd have to move, and he wants to incorporate food and booze. Yeah, I know how to make. I've been a bartender before, but I've never drank. I've never had alcohol. You can fly back and forth. Your experience might be more than enough. Yeah, I don't know. It's up to him. Again, I don't know. I don't know him. Like, a business partnership is, I don't ever take lightly, ever. Like, it's a serious thing for me. So, like, he could be a good guy and everything and solid on YouTube, but I don't know. I don't know how he would be as a business partner. Um, like, when it comes to money and business, like, I don't have emotion behind that. I'm very, cutthroat when it comes to, if you don't do the right things, like, you're gone. And like, that's just how it's gonna be. And then, since getting poke and monster cards is a joke, yeah, I assure you, you have to have the talks. Yes, I would have to have the talks. I would. Man. Yeah, I think it's a good note to end the stream there. I ain't feeling too hot. I'm being a little slower today. But I think if you want to open your store and you know how to run a store, if you've ever run one before, it's super hard. Um it's very hard. Very hard. But if you know what you're doing, it becomes simple. Even if it's difficult, it feel like the load is light. Just have to know what you're doing. What? Yo. Oh my gosh, on the stream. Dude, okay, let me read the message on the stream. Holy crap. Mad Marine, you are definitely mad with the 500. God bless, Chris. But man, dude, as toy bounty hunters would say, the stream daddy. Bro, thank you so freaking much, guys. Thank you for all the support. And I hope you guys don't. I hope I'm providing good content, and that's why you're donating. I don't want anybody to feel bad for me. Okay, I want to, like, I'm happy that you guys are just here. Okay, I'm so grateful, and but overall, I'm glad that you guys are here. There's no need to donate if you can't, which is fine. I'm just happy that, people out there are listening. But thank you so much, everybody that's donating. Like, damn. Holy freaking hell. Oh man. I could be emotional at times. Okay. I'm not going to be. You guys should have seen. Oh, I think it was like my third stream. Did not expect to get emotional when I talked about the bricks and minifig situation, because like, I haven't had those memories in a long time. Like, man. Woo. Thank you. I don't know what else to say. Don't know what else to say. Man, like, what a stream. What a stream. Damn. Damn. But yeah. I will rest. Don't feel bad. This is all I need, Cindy Lou Who, right here. That's all I need. That's all I need. Just some hearts. Man, we need a Matt Marine. You don't live too far from me. We need to meet just so I can say hello and thank you in person, man. Thanks to the man upstairs, for he will bring you all your prayers. Yes, he will. That's facts right there. And Julie Isa, one of the members, let's show the stream with a content creator that said he signed an NDA and couldn't say anything until it expired. If you're a content creator and you sign an NDA, you're an idiot. If that's all you do, sorry. Like, if you sign an NDA and you're a content creator, that's ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like, your whole thing is about speech. That's your thing. It doesn't matter if you're a journalist, content creator. If you're on YouTube, Twitch, whatever you're on, you should never give up your speech. That's crazy. Why would you sign an NDA if the whole thing you do is not follow NDAs? You disclose all of it. Like that's like that was. I wonder which one it was. Maybe it was Beyond the Brick. They should at least have videos of videos that happen to leak, where they just were having a conversation and a video leaked. Who knows? Either a Deadpool situation. That's anybody with an NDA needs to have a Deadpool situation. But damn. Yeah, so anyways, guys, thanks everybody for joining in chat, for being here. Leave a like, subscribe. Matt Marine, the GOAT. Thank you. Always be grateful for everybody. It's been awesome. Billy Selling, Matt Marine, Mercurial Ire, you guys are awesome. You guys made my day a good day. Today was a rough day, but I'm way more calm. Way more calm than the previous streams, right? Your bluntness is refreshing compared to others who sugarcoat things. Yeah, and I'm worse in person. I will there's words I can't use on the internet. You should hear one of my phone calls to Ammon and Matt. I'm pretty sure they're recorded, so if they ever decide to put it out, it'll be you guys would love it. I call them a British cigarette. And that's what I tell them, and a bunch of other stuff. None of them is curse words, but call them retarded, incompetent, British cigarette. If you don't know what that is I guess, what is it? The Mr. Bundle of Sticks? Yeah, my force are gonna. Hey, you guys are a bunch of. Yeah, you're a bunch of flags. But I put a lot of emphasis on a lot of oomph. It had a bass. First, keeping your head up. Yo, Animal, my man. What, you've been lurking this entire time? You've been just lurking? Just in the background? No commentating? The freak is that, Animal? Expect more from you. Oh, man. Speaks of very, by the way, you put words together. Who, Havoc? Well, take care, Havoc. Take care. Well, I think 2 hours is good enough for a stream, a Monday stream. I was thinking about doing a video game stream, but my tummy hurt a little bit. But guys, again, couldn't thank you guys enough. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. You guys have a great night. Great night. Get some sleep, everybody. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. I will be streaming tomorrow. Maybe I'll put up a video tomorrow just for you guys. All right. I am making a video. It's going to be a simple one of some people that broke into Crystal store, because I think it's important for people to see. Want to see you put the BAM thing behind you. You're obviously still damaged by it. No, I'm talking about it like it's always going to be a part of the story of my life, you know? But I talk about it, Mr. Empty Head, because of what's going on. I don't want to see innocent people get hurt. That's what I don't want to see get hurt. Like this is how I put it. I can take the hits. Some people like lurking can't cue visuals. You can't be lurking, man. Some people are not going to be able to take the hits. That like if what happened to me happens to some people, they are going to end up, you know, deleting themselves. Okay, I've seen things like this happen, and I'm gonna do my best to make sure that no innocent person gets hurt. So it's my job, it's my duty, it's my responsibility to speak. You know, have a good one. Get some sleep. 3 hours a night ain't enough. No, it ain't. It ain't enough. Blessed night, everyone. See you next time. Time for Bonzo over. Yo, night over here. All right. All it takes for you to succeed is for good people to do nothing. Yes. And remember, even the smallest person can make a difference. I'd like to look good on my new van radio. LOL. All right. Okay. Have a good night, everybody. We are out of here. Who knows? Maybe if somebody invites me on a stream, I'll jump on. But thank you, everybody. I'm chilling. Good night.